All right, let me disassemble a coilover so I can go a little more in depth in how coilovers work. This is a BMW M Performance coilover, which is just a rebadged KW V2. It's the same thing as a V3 with slightly different valving and a linear spring instead of a progressive spring. So let's go ahead and pull this apart and I can show you the guts. Pull the cover cap. I already drained the fluid out of this one, so it'll come apart easy. Top seal, internals, internal tube. So these are your major components of your double adjustable twin tube coilover. This is what you're going to see for most double adjustable, single tube coilovers, no remote reservoir. So the way this works is, this is tube 1, this is tube 2. These fit together like this. Inside tube 1, we have some oil and our gas pressure. And when we have compression, when this part is pushing down, we are pushing oil out through these holes into the body of tube 1. Now, if you can see down here, what we have is a shim stack. You can kind of see the one underneath there. And what that does is restricts oil flow. So it restricts the speed at which this can be pushed down by restricting how much oil can go through those orifices. And tension on that shim stack is done by, turning your knobs here on the bottom. You click, 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 click. Up here on the top, we have our rebound, which is when this part is coming back out. So what this does is oil comes to the top, because it's pushed through before, and it's restricted by, once again, our shim stack. Our shim stack is adjusted here, the tension, and what these are they're flat wafers that sit above these holes, and when the oil pushes through, it lifts it up. And you can adjust that tension so very little oil gets through, or there's a lot of pressure on the oil getting through, or loose so lots get through. Does that make sense? Here, these are also double adjustables. Now the way this works is all of the rebound control is done over here. All of the compression control is done over here. So this body is full of oil, this body has oil in it, and then gas here in the bottom, usually nitrogen. It has the same shim stacks, they're just much larger. Everything on this has a bigger diameter because it is operating in the same space as just tube 1. So it has got that much space, or larger on some of them, for the oil to move around. What that does is it can help with cavitation. When suspension is moving so much, it causes the oil to foam, help with oil overheating. It's much more durable. These are much sturdier. You'll blow them up a lot less than these. These actually died from going over a great many sick jumps. KW makes a great product, and this set will be going out for a rebuild and kept as a spare. They'll be converted to V3s. So yeah, I hope you learned something.